Today's video I'm going to be talking about matches fashion basically, or they're going to be the catalyst as to what I'm talking about with my overall grievances with these, I guess, online department stores, I guess you'd call it. I don't even know. But yeah, basically Matches Fashion this week had announced that they were going into administration with strong bets placed on just a total liquidation closure. So that ship is sinking. We put the kibosh on the old Matches and it's going down. Okay guys, so let's get into it. Firstly though, if you're new here, my name's Connor and I like to talk about all things luxury, so if that's something you're into, I'd love it if you could hit the subscribe button and the bell button so you're notified when I bring out new videos. And if you're returning, welcome back to my channel. So yes, Matches have announced that they've gone into administration, and I've read a lot of different articles from, those financial review places or people that have some sort of education on what happens in these scenarios. And generally, when businesses do go into administration like this, they are basically waving the little flag saying, please help me, I want someone to buy me out and reinvest and change the business and restructure it and cut these people out and make it all pretty again. But because this has already happened with Matches recently, they were bought out only a few months ago from another company, it still obviously hasn't been enough. So the bets have been placed on it just shutting its doors for good. Now, Matches back in the day, it was the bee's knees. You had your far-fetched kind of shopping, needs on one end, and you had Matches on the other end, and it kind of just worked out well, and I feel like they had it all down packed. But then, I don't know, they just went and made it all weird and it just became very difficult to shop there. Then it was it used to be Matches Fashion, and then when it got bought out, it changed to Matches. They changed all their logos and everything, and I just found the shopping experience was very confusing and I had no idea what was going on. And you can really see the demise of these brands when they do change things or they make policies very confusing. Now, the benefit of these companies like your Farfetches and your Matches is that you're able to see a wide range of stock, different seasons dropping. You're able to see different outfits being styled in a certain way. It's like having a big department store at your fingertips. Now, I believe the differences between Farfetch and Matches is Farfetch collaborate with boutiques and department stores all around the world, and then they use that platform to advertise those products, whereas Matches is a little bit more like Net-a-Porter, where they're the department stores selling them, they're not teaming up with boutiques. So I think a few of the grievances that myself and others within this community have is the benefits of buying from these places is there's got to be something that you're gaining, whether it be loyalty points, whether it be discounts off products, whether it be, I don't know, something better than if you're just buying it directly from the boutique itself. Now, I think that these places like to play off we've got more access to products where you might go on Gucci's website and it's sold out, these places have it, yada, yada, yada. They have personal shopping platforms where if you build up a certain amount of loyalty, you have a personal shopper that can source products for you, all of that stuff. So I think that was their advantage point, but I think it all kind of got lost in the way. For example, if I'm choosing to buy a bag from Matches and I'm giving up the packaging from Gucci or the luxury experience from Gucci, that kind of loyalty with a sales associate in that brand, I want something has to come out in the wash for me to want to do that. Now, if I can purchase the bag from both platforms, what is the incentive for me to actually buy it from Matches? That's when the loyalty program, for example, would kick in. So I'm racking up points, I become bronze, then I'm silver, then I'm gold, then I'm platinum. But they have all these exclusions and all these rules and all these caveats to making purchases that it gets so confusing. You don't even know if it's Tuesday, Wednesday. You don't know if you're coming or going, basically, and it becomes very confusing and none of their policies are clear. So you've decided you're going to purchase the bag from Matches because it's going to push you up into a tier where you're going to get a either higher birthday discount, you're going to get store credit in points. But no, it's excluded from Gucci. Oh, sorry, let me try to find that in their terms and conditions. Suddenly you're going through a dossier of information that's excluding every kind of purchase under the sun. Oh, well, if you buy the Gucci bag on Tuesday and if, the first female president is ruling in Spain, then maybe you might get 1/8 percentage back. Sorry, I didn't realize I had to have gone to law school to be able to buy a bag. It was so confusing. And even Farfetch has this, you know, you're given a birthday discount. So if you spend 600, you're given $200 off or whatever it may be, and it goes up in tiers. Every brand is excluded. Like literally every brand that would draw you to Farfetch in the first place is excluded. So like, what is the point of giving me the bloody 20% off if you can't buy anything? Like, ridiculous. Same as Matches again. Like, all their policies are so intertwined and woven in all this bloody red tape, I can't even be bothered buying from them. So it's no wonder. The next grievance with these businesses, and more so Matches, is mismanaged. They are totally mismanaged, and you get a great sense of how bad it is when you would go to return something, or if something has gone wrong when purchasing something and it's an absolute shit show. Now, the last item I bought from Matches was my Dita sunglasses, which I got probably this time last year, just before I went to Paris. I didn't have any dramas with it, but it was bought the sunglasses, they were delivered to me, done. I have friends who buy stuff from Matches all of the time. They buy from Matches, 24S, Net-a-Porter and stuff all the time, buying like Zimmermann dresses or other brand stuff of apparel where they just have stock available that we can't really get from boutiques here or from the stores here. So it makes sense to buy it from somewhere like Matches. You get your points built up, blah, 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 blah. From a bunch of people, I've been told that their policies around postage, returns, customs, taxes, duties has changed so frequently that they have no idea what's going on. It used to be free shipping, then it became free shipping over a certain amount, then that amount changed from, you know, $200 to $800. Then the duties were added on and you're paying the duties over a certain amount. Then if you return stuff, it wasn't refunded, and then, you know, all of this confusion, and none of it was stipulated anywhere where the average person would expect to find it. It was very, you know, Venus and Mars are aligned, then you can bring it back on this day, and it was just an absolute shit show. And then, you know, they'd be sending out parcels with no return labels, and oh no, you've got to print them out yourself now, when it was always included. Like, no one knew what was going on, and whenever they would message Matches and, you know, asking for clarity, there would be massive delays in responses back. When they'd have to send a follow-up email, they'd get misinformation. They would say, well, this information is different to what I was told 2 weeks ago. Like, you can really just see how the demise happens with these brands. And I think that as consumers, there needs to be a really good vantage point for us wanting to purchase from third-party sellers. And I'm not saying it has to be discounted, but the loyalty programs or the cashback offers or whatever has to be a lot more incentivizing. Otherwise, we can't be bothered. Another thing that absolutely annoys the shit out of me is when I'm wanting to buy something, whether it be clothing or shoes, and I see it advertised, I'll do a quick Google search and it comes up, yeah, Farfetch has this product, and you go, cool, you go in there, and only one size is that price. So it might be a pair of shoes, $400, and it's like a size 36. Like, I don't have dwarf feet, and every other size is like $200 to $300 more. They should have to advertise like a median price point, or starting from this, not just advertise it like this, and then all of the normal sizes or the more commonly found sizes are like significantly more expensive. How does that work? Like, you're punishing me for being average. I've been punished enough, okay? I've been average my whole life, and now you're going to monetize that on the size of my feet? I don't think so, Farfetch and Matches. Like, that stuff is just stupid. Like, if you went into Gucci, you don't pay more because you're buying more of a size shoe. Like, they're all the same price. So these places, I get in the background, it's coming from different shops and everything, but they've got to come up with some consistency. Like, if you've got to set some benchmark pricing for all these places, like, don't punish us because we have large toes, okay? But all in all, like, RIP Matches, you were good for what you were good for, but I'm not surprised that this business is closing. I don't think it's going to get saved. I think they've tried it and it was an absolute flop, and I just don't see a big enough advantage or a big enough draw card to be purchasing from these places if you're not only looking at price as a factor. Yeah, they'll have sales, but generally everything that's on sale is in, you know, XXXL or whatever, or something that's absolutely hideous that my dogs wouldn't even sleep on. So I understand how the business model works. I just think it needs to be executed really well. I think probably like Net-a-Porter is like next on its way out. I just don't think it's doing what Matches did, and look how that turned out. Not good, bitch. So I think that one's probably on its way out as well, because they're weird with all their like pricing and like their website. You can't even view it in the currency. You'll select Australia and it'll put it in like British pounds sterling. I don't want to pay in British pounds sterling. I want to pay in AUD, okay? Because that's like, if I can select the AUD flag and then it puts it in pounds. Like little stuff like that absolutely drives me insane. But yeah, what do you guys think? I know I'm having a bit of a first world problem sook, but I live in a first world country, so watch me have a sook about it. So pop down in the comments below what annoys you when buying on these places. What do you think they should add in? What do you think they should improve? What do they used to have that they don't have anymore? Let me know! But thanks so much for watching this video. I'd love it if you could give it the thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all very shortly in my next video.